I'm here once again. This time we're going to be talking about leadership, church leadership in specific. And let me share my screen. Great, it's fine. So this is a workshop. Originally, this got activities to do, but let me just give you the brief version. So on the what to anticipate, what to expect is to know the Jesus model, identify the qualities of servant leadership, and understand their roles and responsibilities. So, uh, this Unity in the Rhythm is actually an activity you can do. I don't know if you know the game My Name, Your Name, and that goes with the rhythm, timing, and then you can learn some skills in leadership. Uh, And the takeaway values, for instance, from that activities, leadership involves concentration, or leadership involves team playing, etc. You can fill this out. Okay, let me go back to this from Oscar Wilde. The foundation of leadership is actually experience. And I agree with the playwright, English playwright Oscar Wilde, that experience is the hardest kind of teacher. You know why? Because it gives you the test first and the lesson afterward. And more often than not, the lesson is difficult and it's learned through pain and hardship. So when we say the Jesus model, we got to have the passion to serve, like Jesus Christ. When he was here on earth, all he was thinking was to represent the Father through service to others. And then we can learn actually from Jesus's style of ministry things that we are not doing. Therefore, we got to unlearn those things and learn from him. Learning is one thing and unlearning is another thing. I think the most challenging part here is to unlearn. And next is sustained competence. Jesus speaks and serves with authority. And I can relate that with competence, integrity, okay, who you are and what you are with or without people. And of course, next in line, that means you got to train people around you. And we call that discipleship, or um, in our day and age, we call that cloning or downloading, trying to multiply yourself in that way. So, passion to serve is every leader is developed, not born. Okay. Development comes from within to without. Like Jesus Christ, what he gives is what is his being, and his being is full of love. Why is it developed? Because Uh, to be honest, no one is born. Well, this is debatable. No one is born unselfish or having the spirit of service. We are all self-centered, trying to just get what we want and be the center of the universe, so to speak. And when I say from within to without, that is the work of the Spirit in us, and that should translate to practical application, day-to-day living, and learn to learn. The most difficult part of learning, like I said, is unlearning. Let go of cherished knowledge and practice that become a baggage. So we've been hearing this many times, and then we've sharing that same thought many times as well. And then you finally realize it's no longer applicable or that's actually inaccurate. So what you need to do is to accept that it's time to move on, it's time to change, or even it's time to perhaps apologize and then to mend what needs to be done to to serve others effectively, efficiently. Sustained competence, you can only give what you have. Like I mentioned with Jesus Christ, you can't fake the funk, so to speak. Uh, you cannot give what you just pretend to have. People will know if you're genuine or not. So act accordingly. Be yourself. Act genuinely. Be transparent and straightforward. Why? Because people will know if you're just, like I said, faking the funk. And last one is next in line, a good leader is a good delegator. When you delegate, you're actually training your subordinates or the people around you. Apprenticeship is key in continuing success. And you know what? The higher you get, the more you should carry the people under you because when they're actually pumped up, that success goes with you. So it's a team effort. So with this message relay, I'd like to uh, share with you the chain of command. You know, the game that there's this message, and you got perhaps seven people in that group, and one person will say the message from the facilitator. And you know what? I would say 90% when it gets to the back, the message is somewhat adulterated. It's been changed or dramatically different. So what's the leadership principle here? Chain of command. Um, just do what you've been told to. Don't revise. Let alone don't contradict. Because in leadership, like I said, you should be a team player. It's a team effort. And you know, the more people involved, the more it gets messy, the more it gets complicated, which I think I'm gonna be sharing further later. So after that activity, uh, you can do your reflection, feedback, and improve. And you can do this process over and over again. This is applicable in all stages of leadership or workshop, seminar, or whatever you call it. Um, let's move on. Another case study that I'd like to share with you is command responsibility. You know, uh, in a nutshell, when you're the leader, you want to protect not just yourself, but your position. So you always cover your back. And when there's a mistake, when things didn't go out well, human nature dictates that you should blame it on others, and you blame it more often than not, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Blame it on your subordinates or on your assistant or associate, which is not good. Again, this is not a Jesus model. What I use when I share this workshop is you try to get the bullet. Don't try to dodge, and you know the person next to you will be hit. No, you should be the one to get the bullet, and that's part of leadership. Don't cover your back. If there is a mistake, then command responsibility goes back to you. And would you call that accountability as well? Which is, I would say, hard to see. It's becoming very rare. Uh, People having command responsibility, they take the blame, they take the responsibility for their team's action. That is very important indeed, because if you know how to do this command responsibility or subordinates, your team will respect you more and they will follow suit. Whatever they see in you, more often than not, they're gonna exhibit the same quality, and that is good leadership. Again, after doing that, you reflect. upon the incident and have feedback. You write it, make a journal, and how to improve it next time, whether that's troubleshooting or that's about finances or that's a hiccup in your developmental plan. So, impact on leadership and ministry. Like I said, this is based on church leadership. You always consider the scenario, yeah? So leaders should have time really to think and rethink, to analyze, reanalyze. It's not that easy. It's a skill again, it's developed. And then discuss that amongst your team or colleague. And then, like I said, record. You got to journal it, observe what needs to be done, what needs to improve, and that's going to be the revision. So next time it comes around, next time you do another project or you get another task undertaking, then you will improve things by doing this cycle. And finally, I would say in conflict resolution, all right, keep it to a minimum. Why? Jesus's model, uh, more most often, I would say it's just between Jesus and the Father. He doesn't really share his burdens with others. But of course, in our setting, you can share that uh, not with your wife, I would say. Spare her from your church dilemma or issues. Perhaps your confidant may that be your first elder or your assistant pastor or pastoral team. Now, the qualities of servant leadership are already uh, told you about. This is, again, looking at Jesus, chain of command. Remember, just to be consistent with the instruction. Obey, follow as is. Uh, don't don't try to be a hero, so to speak, by uh, stealing the show. No, you're part of the team, and you got to be consistent with the team's theme and principles and goal, of course, in reaching the goal. Command responsibility, take the blame. You're the leader, you're the head. That's why the topmost role is I would say a lonely place, and it's full of pain and sorrow. I just don't know why most people want to be on the top. Perhaps they want to be on the top if they have a different model of leadership, not that Jesus's model, but Jesus Christ's model is full of suffering, and part of the suffering is command responsibility. And then finally, when we get to the roles and responsibilities of a caring and efficient leader, you got there always conflict resolution, may that be small or big, may that be dragging or blown up. Remember to keep it to a minimum and then address the concern or the issue right away. Don't drag it and don't hide from someone else's shadow. You as a leader should step up and then resolve as soon as possible. Again, with minimum amount of people. Why? Because the more people are involved, the more it gets complicated. And when it's already complex, then perhaps it's unsolvable already. So, as a ministry leader, may you be a pastor or department head or ministry leader, how do you fit into each qualification content? Again, the key here is to look at Jesus, to observe the way he does things, his ways and means, how he strategizes, how he resolves, how he becomes the the uh, the one catching the bullet. And we know that he did that on the cross. He took all the blame, and we call that sin unto himself. And that is the true servant leadership. So I hope you got something from this quick leadership, um, I don't know, workshop or lecture, but I'm sure you can expound on these principles, and you can contextualize it in your situation. But like I said, this is a church setting, and I think it's applicable globally. Again, thanks for joining in. Shalom.